Well, now the Conservative MP Richard Ottaway is a member of the National Security Strategy Committee. He was also a member of the Intelligence and Security Committee from 2005 to 2010, and he joins us now from Westminster. Richard Ottaway, thank you very much for joining us. I'm wondering whether you, when you were on the committee in 2007, whether you were told that the treaty from 1946 had indeed been effectively torn up in terms of preventing the United States from spying on us, and whether you approved of it.
John, first of all, membership of the Intelligence and Security Committee entails signing the Official Secrets Act, so I'm not at liberty to discuss with you what the committee was told and was not. It would be a criminal offence to do so. But I think actually you just have to go back to the basics on this. Quite clearly, the intelligence community of both the United States and the United Kingdom, indeed a number of other countries around the world, have the capacity to listen to people's phone conversations. And the key question is, as your correspondent has identified, is what was authorised and what was not authorised. And those are the questions that we actually have to ask to the authorities, and I hope we will get the answers to.
Well, do you have any confidence that we will? Because I don't really detect that you ever knew this, and I think that if you had known it, you'd have been so angry you'd have said something about it.
Well, John, as I just said, I'm not in a position to comment what we're informed about. In fact, it would be irresponsible to do so. But you've got to remember...
Are you, now that you do know, are you angry?
What you've got to remember is that the security services are there to protect British citizens and the United States, protecting the citizens of the United States. There are a lot of hypothetical questions around the revelation of these documents. First of all, were they implemented? As you point out, one of the documents is a draft document. And you've had the advantage of looking at them, and no one else has had the advantage of looking at them. I think the way to approach this issue, rather than being angry or outraged, is to have a calm analysis of actually what they say, to pose the questions and to press for answers, rather than a rather speculative report, which I've been hearing.
Well, with respect, I've seen the documents. I'm not speculating what's in them. I've seen it. But what I want to really press you on is, thus far, there has been no admission at any point by the government that the United States spies on British citizens. And this issue has been live now for months. And you're suggesting let's have an inquiry to find out whether it's true. If there were any sort of worth in what the parliamentarians get down to, we should have been told this months ago.
Well, John, I think, frankly, you're being fairly offensive about the role of Parliament here. We have thoroughly good oversight facilities, but we are not into making snap judgments. And we are not into breaking the Official Secrets Act for the benefit of the Channel 4 News.
Well, with respect, you know, that we're not the first people to criticise the oversight. Your own colleagues in Parliament, particularly on the Conservative benches, have been enraged by the extent to which the system is not working and is packed with old do-gooders who can be relied upon to behave properly once they get onto the committee.
Well, that's equally offensive comments. Having served on the Intelligence Committee, I know that they actually take their responsibilities very seriously indeed, and they are not packed with do-gooders. They have asked some very difficult questions in a very rigorous way, in a manner which a select committee sitting in an open session would do.
But the anger, Mr. Ottaway,
I think it's wrong of you to assume that they're not, and those people who are criticising the way in which the Oversight Committee work simply not having served on the Oversight Committee are not privy to how those committees are conducting themselves.
But the anger centres ultimately on whether another power, however much of an ally, has the right to go round snooping into people's private emails and the rest of it without any knowledge of or permission from the people we elect to give that permission.
But there I think we can agree. I mean, it is not acceptable for countries to snoop on the citizens of another country without authority. Having said that, as I pointed out at the outset, we know that all these countries have got the capacity to do it, and when they are concerned about security or serious crimes, they actually do conduct surveillance exercises. But it is, in fact, it would be a crime for British agencies to approach the American agencies to say, can you snoop on X, Y, and Z without a warrant, without authority? So, as you pointed out earlier on, if those who are in charge at the time have to be asked what it is they agreed to, and that is the system of oversight
Right.
that we have, and there may be perfectly good oversight going on. It's just it hasn't been made public.
Right. Mr. Ottaway, thank you very much indeed for coming in. Very grateful.